All right. Hey, this is SAS X7, and this is about paths Untread. As you can already see, Untread is actually a verb. It's not a past participle the way I'm using it right now. It's supposed to be untrodden, but then untrodden just throws the title off. So I was like, should I stick to the right thing, or should I confirm with the title and actually get on the path untrodden and name it as Untread? So here we are. This is Serendipity as a Service 8. I'm the Bitmage, the founder of Conver Industries, and we're just going to talk about choosing unchosen paths this time, going the unconventional way, skipping the trodden path, the path tread. Again, tread is not a past participle, but yeah, it just sounds nice. All right, so uh, there's this constant battle between choosing what's already been done and actually going on with something that's completely new, completely unexplored, something that challenges a lot of assumptions. The latter, of course, is vouched for a lot, and yeah, it's mostly praised for. But then the people who choose to walk on it don't usually document it. It's really undocumented rather than untread or untrodden. It's mostly undocumented. That's mostly the problem of such paths. So whenever someone takes an unconventional path, the journals that they leave behind, or the documentations, or the blogs, or whatever they choose to log along the way, the breadcrumbs that they leave become all the more valuable compared to, say, if someone was just doing the usual thing, which is already pretty well documented. So why should you consider choosing a path that is sort of unseen? Why get into the unseen? I mean, this boils down to this intrinsic idea of exploration versus exploitation. Of course, exploitation is also important. You do need to exploit your unfair advantages and yeah, get going. But do you truly know your unfair advantage unless you've seen everything there is to see? And there's this tricky balance that you have to keep in mind when choosing when to explore, when to exploit. So this idea, this dilemma, or you could say a polylemma, if you have multiple paths in front of you, of choosing what to do, uh, of being at these bridges, these sort of irreversible bridges. A lot of people may think, but they're mostly reversible. So tracing back along a path uh, is pretty much possible if you're aware in the moment of how your surroundings are changing. It's not always very rare that a path is irreversible. Those sort of choices in your life are fairly, I mean, semantically irreversible. Of course, you can never get back into the same absolute position and time. Okay, same absolute four-dimensional coordinates. So X, Y, Z and time uh, at any point in your life. So probably that cannot happen. Uh, yeah, I think it's safe to say that that cannot happen. Yeah, I don't know if there's any modern theories about that right now, but then I think it's safe to say that that cannot happen. So semantically speaking, a lot of paths are irreversible. They don't. A lot of paths are reversible. A lot of choices that you make are semantically reversible if you're sort of aware in the moment and you are in alignment with what you really want, what you really want to do. Uh, you might lose out on opportunities here and there, but then do you really want to live out an opportunistic life, or or something that was intrinsically driven? Do you want to rely your choices on something that was opportunistic or something that is intrinsically driven? Is the next question that arises. So that is also a pretty loaded question. I personally I am grateful for opportunities whenever they arrive, but then I usually rely on what's intrinsically driving me in the moment. But yeah, so the point is, I'm trying to make a case for why you should choose the unconventional in this one in a very, let's say, I'm trying to rationalize it, because a lot of these paths are going to be irrational. If you have a certain, okay, if you have a certain goal in mind, goals, destinies, yeah, any objectives can only be defined for something that is explored, something that is already explored. And me personally, as a human, exploration is a very core value to my enjoyment, to my, I would say it's one of the core principles of my existence, exploration. Uh, I wouldn't say happiness, I would say eudaimonia, the Greek way of the Stoic way of looking at things, eudaimonia. Uh, yeah, so exploration is a sort of a very core value to actually living a satisfied, a fulfilling life. So if you always set out with a goal or an objective or a purpose, you're going to have issues choosing such paths, because they are always going to be deviations. They're going to be distractions based on those. Uh, so in this scenario, I would sort of urge you to challenge the assumptions that you decide, yeah, assumptions or axioms that you decide your objectives, purposes, destinies based on. This idea of being focused is, of course, good and necessary to make necessary progress. But then to have a necessary, to have a, I would say, getting in the state of disciplined curiosity, or yeah, balancing exploration with exploitation, and being as ambitious with your exploration as you are with your exploitation has potential to give you a very, very fulfilling life. So all of your goals right now, all of your objectives right now, they're based on what you already know. Along the course of your life, you're going to know a whole bunch more. You're going to learn that a lot of what you knew is not quite in alignment with what you actually want. You'll also redefine what you actually want. So all this journey of knowing yourself, it's like deliberately resistance training your psyche to choose to go on untrodden paths, something that is not in alignment with your current objectives or goals, or something that seems like a distraction, or something that could be a deviation from the conventional piece of advice, is something that is yeah, something you should think about. Is something that you should think about, something you should spend some time thinking. Do you really know yourself completely to be sure of what you want? And yeah, so if you're sure of what you want, you're one lucky person. Uh, I people usually just have a vague idea of what they truly want. They have a compass. They don't have the coordinates, but then they do have the compass to what they usually want. And if you sort of try to focus in on the straight line, of course, if you're on a non-Euclidean geometry, so it will not be a straight line. Let's say the shortest distance between uh, 2 points from your current position to the destiny, the latitude, longitude. If you just happen to travel on that, ignoring what's in the middle, ignoring the landscape, ignoring the terrain, uh, life might be life might be a little more draining, so to say. So, but then if you have a compass and you're not going for the exact latitude and longitude, but then you're going for a generic region. I mean, if I want to go to the North Pole, it's very easy. Okay, it's not actually easy, but then I don't need Google Maps. I of course definitely don't need Google Maps to get to the North Pole. Let's say if I wanted to get to my local, let's say a particular mall in some other city, I'll definitely need Google Maps for that, I guess. But then let's say I wanted to get to the North Pole, a generic region of interest for which the compass can guide me. Yeah, every day I just see how the sun rises. I keep context of where I am geographically, how the weather is, what seasons are exactly around me. I see the trees around me. I and I don't have Google Maps, but I could technically still end up at the North Pole. Plus, I have a compass, so if I yeah ignore any questionable hills with a lot of iron ore in them, or magnetite or that sort of stuff, I could probably reach the North Pole. So so yes, so what I want you to think about is try to relax the constraints on your destinies, your objectives, your purposes. That sort of help you uh, enjoy your path along the way, not stick to the focused way of doing things. It's a step away from conventional wisdom, which says if you know what you want, uh, choose the most statistically tested way. Of course, I'm not getting into self-help or business advice. I'm just trying to put out a perspective that's regarding just having fun with what you want to do. Now, I wanted to be I definitely want to be, I don't know, a conventional philosopher, but then that would be a little too much of an ask based on the current life that I live. So why not find a happy medium like this? YouTube videos, blogs, indexing stuff, mixing it with engineering. So I'm going to over-engineer the shit out of all the content that I create. Have rack stores, indices. I don't know, overanalyze my data, and my psyche, get into neuroscience as well. So why? I know the generic direction that I want to be philosophical, but then do I really want to be a philosopher, conventional philosopher in the sense that Nietzsche or Jung was? Probably not. The question is, what do I exactly want to be? I mean, I do have the generic idea of what I want to be, but then who who sort of why do you want to know what you exactly want to be? Now, a lot of people will already agree with me and understand that knowing exactly what you want to be is sort of not the way things work out. Life happens. I mean, I'm only 25 right now. People way older than me will easily tell you that, but life happens, and even though they achieve the goals and purposes and objectives, it's probably not in exact alignment with what they started out with the vision of it, what the vision of it was. So there are a lot of people that will tell you that, but then there might also be a lot of people who have this idea that focus to know exactly what you want to quote unquote manifest stuff. Uh, yeah, to them I would say relax your constraints a little. I'd say enjoy life a little. There's a whole bunch of factors that you cannot account for. I mean, a lot of people say that they do not believe in coincidences. A lot of things in the world are probably just random. Randomness is pretty powerful. Chaos theory, chaos engineering is pretty a pretty fun topic if you're sort of into it. Uh, yeah, so I do believe in coincidences. Sometimes you just messed up. It's nothing like stuff happens for something to be better later, something better to unroll later on. Yeah, I mean, I'm not that kind of guy to believe that stuff happens. Yeah, stuff. There are no coincidences. That's not my motto. So, uh, The point is exploration in life. Uh, to enjoy the randomness around you, to enjoy the chaos, is probably an art. To find the order, to not even say let's say find order, but extract patterns, higher patterns do emerge at the lowest level. No to particles, electrons, natures of waves. Okay, hold on. Yeah, at the quantum mechanics level, that probably might not be true. But yeah, at the classical mechanics level, no to because okay, I'm saying that because at the lower levels everything's discrete. So you'll probably need to add in a whole bunch of more context to make stuff unique. But let's not get into that. Yeah, at the classical mechanics level, at the usual worldly level of how average humans understand the world around us, no two things are the same at the very basal level. But as you go higher and higher, you start seeing patterns. You start seeing abstract patterns that emerge. So I would say try to be more abstract about what you want to do, uh, and try to enjoy your way along it. That's mostly about paths and treads. So I mean, if my compass is pointing north, and I see a haunted castle with yeah, probably you've seen the meme. There's a haunted castle with yeah, lightning storms around it, and there's this other side. There's this sunny hill and stuff. I'll probably why not try with the haunted castle sometime? It's going to be fun. You see something interesting. If the compass points to north through it, why not have some fun? Now that is something where a lot of people will sort of disagree with me. But then here, okay. So what I would say is to really to really know what you really want in life, I would say take measured and calculated and yeah, measured risks pretty early in life. Risks that you know that you could recover from. Uh, okay, that's all also not always going to be true. But there's this myth. There's this myth in the sense, the Joseph Campbell myth, the hero's journey. Uh, the hero never truly knows what he could be if he did not face what he did. So, uh, what I'm saying is try taking the dangerous path sometime. Sometime, yeah. I mean, calculated risks, having a healthy risk appetite, playing with risk is sort of what makes life alive, what makes existence worth it, I guess. I mean, if everything is a calculated risk, if everything is measured, your life sort of becomes, I don't know, a Monte Carlo simulation, probabilities and stuff. There's a whole bunch of randomness in it, of course. But then there's an abstract limit to what you can think of what will happen to your life. Uh, yeah, if it in every moment you sort of try and expand stuff with probabilities, uh, yeah, over calculating that stuff, it's probably not, I don't know, not a mentally healthy way of living, I would say. So try taking risks, try going the unconventional route. Of course, time. Okay, time is the time is the factor. Time is the factor that a lot of people say that they don't have. I used to feel the same. I used to feel the same until a while. Uh, of course, it's good to have that sense of you not having time, of you not having enough time. That is a very important intrinsic drive to really do things on time under a deadline. But then you should also be able to harness the mindset of doing things on your own time, and it's it's exactly not about patience. So the idea is not exactly about patience. I mean, I am a very impatient person when it comes to this. So it's not exactly about patience. Uh, it's about letting things take their time, not forcing them to happen under your unreasonable constraints. That's mostly it. It's not about patience. It's about knowing the ETAs about the usual things in life. Of course, those ETAs could be accelerated and stuff. But then yeah, I mean, this is why I have this is how I have sort of slowly learned not to be super aggressive in all of my pursuits all at once. Uh, yeah, to orchestrate your your separate pursuits at a time, like a conductor of an orchestra, to instrument uh, to instrument them, to instrument your different pursuits at a moment in time is that act of balancing multiple things, that joy of being effortless with it is sort of fun. So I think that's what I'm exploring right now. But yeah, I think that's the point. So rather than having definite coordinates, try having a compass. And the thing about a compass is the thing about a compass is it never tells you how close or far away from the destination you are. It just tells you the generic direction, and that encourages more holistic goals, more holistic objectives, more principle-oriented thinking, rather than a mission-oriented thought. So mission-oriented thought, you know a definite deadline, timelines, but then a compass-oriented goal, uh, sort of. It's a generic guideline for life. It's not asking you to get stuff done right away. So it's probably good to have a mix of the two. I mean, the life that we currently are in, usually, humanity does just tend to favor the latter. The latter, no, I think the former. The former was mission-oriented stuff, right? Yeah, the former. Humanity does tend to favor the former. So I'm just here to tip the scales a little. Try balancing them. Try understanding principally principally oriented goals as well, rather than mission oriented goals. So those are fun too, and they sort of allow for a more fulfilling life, is what I'd argue. Once the mission is done, you'll always have to search for a new one, which is not bad in itself. Of course, they go hand in hand. To be principally aligned with something, you will have to get some tasks done along the way. Uh, yeah, they go hand in hand. So if you already have a lot of mission-oriented goals, try exploring what principle-driven goal is directing that. What principles are directing that goal, and try generically setting yourself up in that direction so that your journey becomes effortless rather than having to force yourself. And try occasionally probably ditch the maps occasionally, and try try finding your own path. You are generally heading in the right directions. I mean, of course, calculated risks are disciplined curiosity, all that sort of stuff is where it's at. Don't be stupid with the paths you take. I personally have experienced, uh, yeah, uh, irrationally irrationally amplified gains and losses from my curiosity endeavors. Yeah, from my choices. So it's a fun life. It's a risky life, probably not for everyone. But yeah, I mean, I would there's been gains as well. I mean, I'm not saying there's all been losses, so it's fun, and I did recover, so that's nice. Yeah, a lot of people might already be doing this, but I'm just saying, uh, if you're feeling off, you probably don't need to listen to conventional advice, and just yeah, I mean, try stuff. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of aphorisms that go along the way of don't try, just do, or yeah, there's so many things. I don't believe in coincidences. That I feel that is sort of not quite right. So probably debunking aphorisms, or questioning them or skepticizing them is another series that I could get into. But yeah, I think that's it for today. I think that's enough for today. So this was the Bitmage, the founder of Convert Industries. Do check out our partner channel, the bitmage.com, if you're into technical stuff. I talk about Lisp, Emacs, Linux, Unix, a whole bunch of other things out there. And Conver is where I philosophically ramble and have serendipity as a service like this. So this was SAS 8. This is a series. Do check out the other videos as well. Thanks for tuning in. See you in the next one.